Hello, 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 everyone. This is Ruben from Dante Elephante, and welcome to the episode of the podcast with Sad Park. We did this episode in LA in the new studio. As you can tell, once again, I fucked up on the camera, so there's only one camera again. And, you know, it's just going to take time before I figure out how to make that room look good. But I'll get there. It's just going to take trial and error, and I just haven't had enough time to go down to LA. But Dante Elephante is on tour. We're doing a lot of dates. We're finishing the year off strong, where we didn't really start the year off that strong, but now we're really going hard. October 7th, catch me at the Peacock Theater, opening for Felipe Esparza. If you saw me on his podcast, thank you for listening. But I am opening for Felipe in LA at the Peacock Theater. It's a 7,000 seat theater. It's probably the biggest venue I've ever played. So come on out and see me play a 15-minute set at the biggest venue I've ever played. After that, we were playing the Black Buzzard in Colorado, in Denver. After that, I'll be in Colorado Springs, Kansas City, Missouri, Tulsa, Oklahoma, Ames, Iowa. Never been there, but we're playing with Husbands. We got 2 shows with Husbands, Tulsa and Ames, Iowa, Columbus. And then after Columbus, that is our last headlining date. And then we are hitting the road with the Rubble Bucket. That is starting October 26th in New Hampshire. Then we're doing Albany, Ithaca, Buffalo, Toronto, Detroit, Indianapolis, Cincinnati, 2 shows in Evanston, Illinois, Athens, Charleston, Charlotte, Waynesboro, Baltimore, Jersey City, Fairfield, Connecticut, Providence, Rhode Island, and then the tour ends with Northampton, Massachusetts. We do one more headline day at Lancaster, and then we come home for Thanksgiving. After that, we're in Fullerton, Los Angeles, Merced, California, Oakland, California, Reno, Nevada, Portland, Oregon, and then we finish this year off December 7th at Madame Lou's in Seattle. Yeah, it's going to be crazy. This is the final leg of 2023. We're going to be playing a lot of new music. We're going to be playing mostly new songs on these runs, and we're going to play some of the old ones too that people love, but we're going to play a lot of new stuff, kind of road testing these new songs as we get ready to do something with them. I don't know what's happening. I got to record them. I got to record them officially, so that still has to happen. But we are moving forward with the new songs, and we're going all over the place. Dates, get tickets over at danteelefante.com/tour, and I appreciate you for listening to this episode. Today we have the drummer and bassist of the band Sad Park on the show. I saw this band randomly at a 4th of July party at my buddy Casey's house, and I was like, wow, it's like he said the band was going to be playing his 4th of July party and you guys should come, and we're like, okay, yeah, that sounds fun. And I was like, a band in the backyard, I think I know what that sounds like. But then I heard this band, I was like, holy shit, they're talented. This band's actually really, really good. What the hell? And so when I got approached about them coming on the show. They have a new album out. You should listen to it. We talk about the new album. They're on tour. They are definitely still on tour right now. So if you see this, they have a show tonight in Albany, New York. So if you're listening to the show and you like hearing these dudes talk, the music's really good, it's really loud, it's very aggressive, it's very cool. But other than that, I hope you guys enjoy the episode, and come see us out on the road, and I'm out. I'll see you guys next week. Nice. You're getting what? Yeah. Yeah, right. Yeah, put the mic to you.
Oh, are we already recording?
We're rolling.
Oh shit!
This is the show.
It already started.
Yes, yeah.
That's great.
Your Dragon Ball tattoo.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
Majin Buu, he's all good. He used to kill everyone, and then
Right.
he finds out about ice cream, and he's like, "Well, why murder when I can have ice cream?"
Is that what happened? That's the saga I didn't finish.
It's so after he turns. Sorry, Sam. After he turns evil, it's like really fucking gnarly. And he's like really scary. But when he's good, even when he's a bad guy, when he's like fat, you're just like, yo, this is really like the strongest character in the whole anime.
Yeah.
But then Mr. Satan, this is really compelling for the audience.
No,
Mr. Satan is like, I'm going to fight him, but then he's such an idiot. Majin Buu's like, you're funny, I like you.
Yeah.
And then they find a dog, and Mr. Satan's like, you can't kill the dog. Killing dogs bad. And Majin Buu's like, is killing people bad?
Oh.
And then Mr. Satan's like, yeah. also there's this thing called ice cream, and Majin Buu's like, hold up.
Yeah.
Don't kill people, but I can have ice cream. And I think that's really important. So I'm getting it tattooed on my body.
Oh, good. So your tattoo will be Majin Buu with a...
When he's good, eating ice cream.
Ice cream.
When he's good.
Dude, that's... Yeah, man.
How big are you going with it?
I'm going like yay big, like 4
Okay.
inches.
Pretty good. That's
up,
pretty
like,
good.
Close to the shoulder.
Yeah,
Like,
totally.
Kind of like, I'm getting like 8 scoops of ice cream.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
This is a big cone.
Yeah, he's a big. He's
You
a
don't
big
want to
boy.
look like
Yeah.
a fool, with only 2
with
scoops.
like 2
of ice
scoops.
cream.
Yeah, no. This guy's got to have
No.
lots
Man.
of scoops.
He enjoys the finer things.
Yeah, I grew up loving Dragon Ball Z. I watched it all the time, but for some reason, that was the saga. I was like, this is too much, and it's going on for too long.
It's
really long.
Yeah, like I read all the manga as a kid,
Okay.
so then just like the past couple months, I was rewatching the anime, and I got to Majin Buu, and I was like, yo, there's 100 episodes left.
Yeah.
Of this shit.
It's so long.
Yeah, and even like at the very end when he's fighting Kid Buu and he's like, I got the ultimate spirit bomb attack.
Right.
It's like 9 episodes of him being like, I'll do it. I'm about to do it. And you're like, let's fucking.
Dude, they really stretched that one out.
sure.
Yeah, I get it.
Yeah.
Because, I get it. They have to, like, each saga has to get more intense. Like, Frieza, we thought, oh, who the hell could ever beat Frieza?
Right?
And then Cell, who could beat Cell? Like,
yeah, and then you're like, who's stronger than Cell? And you're like, oh, this big, blobby pink guy who turns people into chocolate.
right. Yeah, totally.
Weird.
You didn't see that coming, probably.
I didn't see that coming.
Which
No.
saga's your favorite, then?
I think, I like the Good Boo saga.
Right.
Before he gets really gnarly, I like that because it's really funny. I think Cell is the most like melodramatic saga.
Yeah.
Like it's so scary and you're just
Totally.
like, who the fuck is
What's
going
going to
on?
happen?
Yeah. And then Majin Buu was like, he blows up the Earth. Spoiler alert.
Oh, shit.
Oh, no.
But it's like he's just like a big goofy dude the whole time. So
Yeah.
it's like less serious.
Totally.
Even though way more people get killed. So I think Cell's probably my favorite.
I feel like there's been a big turnaround on, like, anime and, like, people love it. Like, Thundercat talks about loving
dude.
Dragon Ball Z, and it's like...
Fucking Megan
People
the
got
Stallion.
made fun of in
Megan the
elementary
Stallion.
school.
Yeah, no,
Like-
straight up. Like, I felt like it was super, like, niche forever.
Right.
And now, like, Thundercat, Megan the Stallion, some of the coolest people
Watch
in,
it,
like,
yeah.
entertainment right now are just, like, I fucking love anime. And they, like, obscure-ass anime,
Right,
too.
right. Yeah,
Dope.
I know. I feel like my knowledge of anime is just like whatever was on Toonami,
Yeah, basically.
and and those are like the hits.
Yes.
I feel like
Naruto,
big
Dragon
hits.
Ball.
Yeah, you
all
mainly
that
just
stuff.
got like the best of the best, and then there's a whole world of these underground.
Sorry, sir.
It's fine.
This always
You're not
happens.
big on
It
anime?
does. No, not really. I mean, I don't not enjoy it, but I just never watch it on my own. Like I live
Right.
with people and like they'll have something on and like I'll sit down. I like
Kinda
it. I enjoy
engage
it, but
in an
I just
episode.
like I never on my own. So
Oh, okay.
I can't speak on it.
This will happen
myself.
also, like, we'll get interviewed and, like, also
And then
talking
Grandma
about...
always goes, "Sorry, Sam."
Well, because I feel bad, because it's like, here's like an interview podcast thing.
Yeah.
And then, like, the person's like, you guys like video games? You like Pokemon?
Yeah,
and I'm
yeah.
like, well,
Let's
Yeah.
everyone shut up for
Say less.
20 minutes
yeah. Let's,
while we talk about Pokemon. Well, I talk about Pokemon
Yeah.
and Dragon Ball or whatever.
is that something you guys do on tour? Like just like sit in the van and watch shows and all that? Because we have like a few shows that we'll all watch in the van together.
We've
like,
never, I don't think, ever watched anything in the van.
Oh,
like,
really?
Not in the van.
collectively.
I'll watch
don't
watch
know
stuff
how we
like
would do that.
individually.
right, like on your phone or an iPad or
Yeah.
something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, we watch stuff together all the time if we're like at the Airbnb or
Right,
the
right,
hotel or
right.
whatever.
Yeah.
But the van is interesting.
Yeah, what is the
might have
dynamic
to
in the
try
van?
that.
What's everyone's role?
It's Graham kind of is in control of music most of the time,
Right.
unless he's real sleepy. But if he's awake, he's always like,
Yeah,
I'm in charge of music.
Unless he's in the bench seat,
Unless-
which is
well,
our one
'cause-
where you can lay
'Cause
down.
then
Yeah,
he's asleep.
he's
He's
knocking
like
out.
vibing. He's
Yeah.
just like, whatever, I don't want to deal with this.
Yeah.
And then, you know how it is, like, it'll go between, like, if it's like a 6-hour drive, it'll be like 2 hours, everyone's talking.
Right.
And then 2 hours, most people are asleep, it's kind of
Yeah.
chill. And then the last 2 hours, everyone's talking.
It ramps up at the
It ramps
end.
up again. Like we're
Yeah.
almost to the city. We're almost there. Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's a lot of, like, dumb, not arguments, but, like, debates. Just 'cause
Right.
people are bored.
Oh,
where
yeah.
It's like, how many... Like, we play a lot of weird games, like guessing games. Like,
Uh-huh.
what do you think the top 10 biggest cities are in the U.S.? Or, like, hey, how many people... we're going to Cleveland. How many people do you
Yeah.
think live in Cleveland?
Right.
What's like the average, the median income?
Yeah.
You know.
Like,
Oh
just
my
dumb
God.
shit. Or, like, are there more Starbucks or McDonald's in the U.S.?
Yeah.
And then that'll suck, like, 45 minutes.
And then the answer is actually Taco Bell.
Yeah, the answer
There's
is like
so many Taco Bells.
You know what
I
the
think it's
answer
Subway.
is? Subway.
Yeah,
There
Subway.
are a lot of
I feel
Subways
like
on the
every
road.
truck stop in
Every
America
truck
Oh my
has a
god,
Subway.
yeah. Or
All
the
the
Carl's
pilots?
Jr.
Or the
Carl's Jr. loves hybrid.
yeah. It's all the collabs.
Yes. I do love that. Have you guys taken a shower at Love's yet?
No.
Never taken a truck stop shower.
Okay.
No.
I've been thinking about it.
They look nice. I'm
They
not
look
gonna lie.
clean when I walk past
I just
them.
never need to shower
Yeah.
when
Oh,
we're there.
okay.
Anyways, this store's hot as hell though. So
This
who knows?
dude, I'm stressed.
Yeah.
Grand
Wait,
stressed
where
about
are you
tour.
guys going on tour? Where's this run?
It's a full U.S.
Full U.S.
Full US.
Starts
But-
through Texas and
When's it start?
it starts on Friday, but we
Oh,
leave
shit.
Tuesday.
We leave
so
on the 4th.
yeah.
So it's
Is-
like,
When's
gonna be
this
hot.
coming out?
I can put this out next week if you want.
Hey, that's dope.
Okay.
Come see us on tour.
All right, yeah, okay. So this will be Tuesday's episode. Yeah,
Nice.
I'll
yeah.
edit it when I get home. Yeah,
Dope. Yeah, so we have 3 days driving out to Austin and then play the first night there.
Austin. Yeah, I love
So-
Austin. Where are you playing in Austin?
Parish?
Oh, I haven't been there.
Parish.
I haven't either.
Yes.
I've
Yeah.
heard about it,
Yeah.
but I've never been there.
Oh, I love Austin. I love the vibe in Austin, and like most of Texas is like. I love El Paso. We've had
You
good-
like El Paso?
We've had
Oh.
good shows in El Paso. Yeah, like
Interesting.
people are
Oh, that's interesting.
hyped.
We were gonna play a show in El Paso, and the venue had like a fire or something.
Oh shit.
is it?
Oh, yeah, the
Lowbrow?
Pangea tour?
Is that El Paso?
Lowbrow. Yeah. I think I played there.
It got canceled like a day or two before because they had like had a fire. I guess like this is the story I heard.
Wow.
Like, weeks before the show, and they like thought they would be good by that time, and then they were like, "No, we're definitely not gonna be good."
It's like tiered.
Okay, is
It's
it
like-
sick?
It's sick. I like
yeah.
it. It's sick. I think I played Lowbrow Palace or whatever, and it's like
Yeah, Lowbrow.
tiered. It has like these different levels that get to the pit.
Interesting.
It's super weird.
Like the observatory or something, but
Almost
I'm
but
sure
smaller.
much smaller.
Yeah, much smaller and just fucking. I don't
Yeah.
know. Like you could fall into your death.
So
I like
fall into
a
the
I like a
pit.
venue where there's like falling.
A little bit
possibility.
dangerous, yeah.
Yeah. You can't make the moshing too easy.
Dude, Hollywood Bowl, those type of places. Like I could trip and
There's just like
just
tables
roll.
everywhere.
We played at the Novo.
Yeah.
With the Frights, and like the balcony has like.
It's like
Can I stand up? Will people
Yes.
see? Okay, so
Oh,
like.
well, I don't know. Yeah.
Well, you can see this
Yeah.
is all that's important. Like it's like here, the
Yeah.
railing like goes up to there in the balcony,
Yeah.
and you're like, dude, if you get too hyped or someone like pushes you
Dude.
from behind, like
You're falling
Oh, dude,
over.
a lot of
Just
places are like that, honestly.
Yeah.
And it freaks me out. Like you go to like Dodger Stadium,
Right.
Terrifying.
Yeah.
Like so many venues
Oh,
where
sure.
it's like, oh, we're gonna put this rail here.
it's almost like easier to fall over the rail than if it just wasn't.
It
there.
takes one like elderly
Because it's like
person
right
to,
above knee.
Right.
So
Yeah.
it's like if you fall into that, there's
if
no,
anything, it's just throwing you
It's-
down
yeah,
faster.
exactly.
Yeah.
I saw Chris Rock in Anaheim where the Mighty Ducks play. I guess
yeah.
they're just the Ducks now. They're not mighty anymore. But same thing. And those are the. I was like, I'm gonna fucking fall over. And like the seats were, they really squeezed as many
Sure,
seats
they
as
pack-
fucking
they pack
humanly
you in.
possible. So it was like the smallest seats and like the shortest little thing to the wall. And I was like, I'm dying.
They're like, this is up
Yeah,
to
you
code.
laugh.
SoFar
a
was,
little-
I thought SoFar was bad. SoFi
Oh, yeah,
was
yeah.
bad. But yeah, that Anaheim one was even worse. It was even smaller.
dude.
Keep you on your toes.
It's
Yeah.
scary, man. Like the dangers of sitting down are
Totally.
way higher than people think.
Oh my god! Yeah. At these big venues, like luckily we don't play like stadiums and shit. But well, maybe not luckily,
Thank
but maybe
God.
one day.
No, I'm saying it. I will never play a stadium.
I'm saying it now. Yeah,
because of the danger.
I'm manifesting it for my
Yeah,
fans.
only
I do
because
this
of
for
the
you
danger.
guys.
It's not because of ticket sales
Right.
or lack of interest on the fans.
It's a personal
It's
choice.
purely I'm doing the good thing.
I'm doing the good thing. I'm trying to keep you guys safe at this 300 cap room.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's half full because I did it for you.
Would you ever do like what Travis Barker does, where he like goes like 30 feet in the air and like goes upside down while
Only,
playing
Oh, yeah.
only for a PSA to show people how dangerous it would
Right,
be.
right.
with like
that.
flames coming?
Yeah, I'm like,
behind
see
you?
Yeah,
how
the
dangerous
Tommy
this
Lee.
is? Don't do
Yeah.
this.
Yeah,
Yeah.
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 Do you trust the safety of those things?
No, I think a lot about like when Travis Barker goes upside down and shit. I
He
think
has
a
like
lot.
a towel over his
Right,
eyes.
right.
It's just like, dog, like you're really good at drums, man.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
that's something that you should do if you're like bad at drums. You know what I mean?
To
You're
like substitute for
Right,
yeah,
this.
like
right,
hey,
right.
this drum solo is mid
No,
as hell,
dude.
so I need to like spin upside down.
No, but
Yeah.
this drums are so easy for him. That's the only
true.
way it's hard anymore.
That makes sense. I understand.
You know, it's
That's
like
a great point.
It's like, let me spin around. Let me have some obstacles. Let me do a side quest.
Yeah.
Like, this shit is like...
And I'm going to play a big-ass drum solo in the
I
middle
could
of the
also
set.
see this as being a thing where, like, Travis Barker seems like a pretty low-key dude.
Right.
Like, I've seen
Yeah,
interviews
I
with
think
him.
so.
He has a new thing on Drumeo, which is like a drum lesson channel,
Yeah.
where he's just, like, talking super candidly, and you're like, this guy is chill as fuck.
Cool, yeah.
Super dope. I love the idea that it was, like, Mark and Tom that were just like, and then Travis, you gotta, like, do some fucking crazy solo, like, you get spin upside down and shit. And Travis is like,
if you want.
If you want me to, yeah.
Cool. That's fine. That's cool.
I really
Was Travis a drum hero for you?
You know, I feel like it's been like a more recent thing where I've realized, like, I was a huge Blink-182 fan in like middle school,
Right.
but I didn't start drumming until high school.
Okay.
I didn't start playing drum set until like college.
You were doing marching.
I was doing marching and like classical percussion and stuff. And so by the time I was like playing drum set, I wasn't really listening to Blink all the time.
Yeah.
I wasn't actively being like, Travis Barker's dope as fuck.
Right.
But now, like, as like an adult, playing recorded a bunch of albums and stuff, like, you just kind of realize, like, oh, I know these songs so goddamn well, and I'm making decisions drum set wise that are for sure informed by the fact that, like, from ages 12 to 14, I was just listening to like every Blink-182 song.
Yeah.
So it's like not even something I'm actively thinking about emulating. You're just like I was recording with Graham and Danny the other day, and I was like, oh, I play like Travis Barker.
Right.
And Danny was like, fucking yeah, like duh.
Yeah.
Like,
good. Yeah.
Super apparent. And I was like, oh yeah, I guess.
It's weird how those influences, like, even if it's not conscious at all, but like it plays such a big role in how we play.
Yeah, because you're just hearing it so young, so like you're coming up with your own ideas.
Right, and you're like, oh, anyways, Travis did something like that.
Yeah.
But yeah,
exactly.
Oh, Travis was huge for me because I started playing drums first.
Oh, shit. Okay.
Yeah, and I also did drumline for a little bit too, until I got kicked out of the marching band.
Why'd you get kicked out?
I couldn't march.
That'll do.
And high school, they took it really serious in high school.
I thought you were gonna be like, I was selling drugs to all the kids.
Yeah, the quad line was
Yeah, shit
high on
got
LSD
crazy.
on all the comps.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
They were doing super abstract marching forms.
That honestly seems like difficult.
There's
Yeah.
So I can't imagine thinking about doing all that while also playing.
And then
So, because I like taught drumline,
Right.
like the high levels, like drum corps and drum, like WGI and stuff for a while. And one of my instructors there marched at the Blue Devils, which is like
the big line,
the best ever.
Sure.
And he was saying in like the 90s, they were so fucking good that they would all take LSD. And like other drugs and hallucinogens.
That's what I'm saying. It's
shows.
too easy.
But for them, they were so goddamn good
Right.
and so crazy. It wasn't like, ha ha ha, I want to get high. They were like, how's this going to be different?
Right.
Like what, like when we're doing LSD versus just smoking normal weed before the show, how is that? Because it was like science, you know?
Totally.
Like they were like.
They're conducting research.
Yeah, they were like, is the snare break easier or harder when I'm on LSD versus weed?
Right. Interesting.
Yeah. I don't teach at those places anymore, so I feel like I can say that.
That's really funny.
We had a few people, not in my grade, but the grade above me, play like with the Blue Devils and shit.
Yeah.
So it's like the drumline was very serious, and we were competing like on a national level.
Yeah.
So that's why they kicked me out. It was just like if you weren't there, it's like, dude, we can't lose. You know, we can't go backwards. So it's like,
I mean, when that's what's hard about like that sort of stuff, like any sort of team activity or marching band or whatever. It's like. It is the weakest link.
Right.
So it's like
and that was the fifth bass drum.
Yeah.
So I wasn't really doing a whole.
That shit almost seems like
it's
possibly
I had
hardest.
the biggest
like,
bass drum.
You have to split all those runs and stuff.
You know, all that shit. And then, it wasn't fun though. I didn't like it. I was like, this is not what I thought it was gonna be.
When I was in high school, I was in the drum line and I was marching around. And then in WGI, like the professional level groups, I switched to the front ensemble.
Yeah.
Because I did classical percussion in college and stuff. And I was also like, I'm not gonna fucking.
What are you doing, timpanis and shit?
I was playing just like auxiliary percussion, so just like normal like concert snare drum, cymbals, tambourine, all that sort of shit. And then I taught like marimba and stuff and drum set.
Cool.
But it was I was like, this is hard, and I'm not in the best shape.
Right.
I for sure can't run like 3 miles in 18 minutes or whatever.
Totally.
They need
It's like 104 degrees outside.
Yeah, and I was like, I'm not fucking doing this. I'm gonna go stand in a line underneath a tree.
Yeah, totally. Oh my God! Yeah, there was like a shocking amount of like athleticism involved with the drum line, and like getting that summer like working out with all the people in band. It was like the real deal.
I taught marching band. This is really good content for the band nerds out there. I taught marching band for like fucking since I graduated high school. So this past year was like my 8th year teaching marching band. It's also my last year because Sad Park stuff and other work stuff. Busy, I was just like, I don't have time to do this anymore. But like, it's really important. Like, I don't really care too much about like the ins and outs of marching band anymore. But like, as an activity for kids, like I think it keeps a lot of kids like safe, gives people a sense of community. It's way less nerdy than you think it is. Yeah,
totally.
Like,
it's actually a little clicky.
Dude, yeah.
It was way click because I played football after I did the drum line. Football was way more inclusive.
Chiller.
Yeah, way chiller.
And like it's kind of jockey. Yeah. Like drumline kids can be like kind of jocks. I remember like we used to party a lot.
Right.
Used to drink a lot.
Totally.
Get up to all sorts of shenanigans. And my parents were like, "Oh, the drumline kids, so safe, so good."
Totally.
Meanwhile, I was like,
"No, they were crazy,
hooking up and fucking drinking and like being a bad kid, and then putting on my Shaco and my marching band uniform."
Oh, totally.
Suiting up. Damn, you played football. Those are like the two most like get cooked in the sun things to do in high school.
So what position did you play?
I played center and nose guard.
Oh shit!
So I was just like with all the linemen. I was with all the linemen. Yeah, banging your head every play. Like you bang your head every play.
Did you get concussions ever?
Nah, I didn't really start. I wasn't very good.
You were like third string center.
Like and like aggression is like half of it.
Yeah.
And I'm just like not aggressive.
I played football in middle school for a year. Of like pee-wee football.
Yeah.
And I was like an angrier kid. And so my dad was like, "You want to fucking play football? Like, let's do it." And after like the first week,
what did you play?
I played left defensive tackle.
Nice.
Didn't play right defensive tackle. I don't know why. They were like, "You're only good at
strong side on the left."
Yeah, I guess. That's funny. But yeah, I remember like after the first week, just getting like rocked.
Right.
My dad was like, what's up, dude? I thought you were like aggressive. And I was for sure like, I'm not.
I found out I'm not aggressive.
Nope, I'm good. I'm chilling. I'm gonna play drums.
Yeah, dude.
This is not the move. I finished out the season, and I remember at the end, the coach was even like, "Hey Grant, like it was really great that you were here. I'm so proud of you for like sticking it through. And like even if football's not your thing," and I was like, no, even if. Football is not my thing.
Trying to give you like a graceful exit.
I was like, we all know that I suck the most on the team.
Yeah, totally. Oh my team, my senior year team, we were the first team in school history to lose every game.
Oh no.
We went 0-10.
You guys were like the Detroit Lions.
Yeah. And that was the same year too.
That the Detroit
Lions went 0-16 in like 2007, 8, or 9. I can't remember what year it was.
It was going around.
And that was the year we did.
You guys
were
just modeling after your heroes, you know?
Hey, we loved them, man. And
we were also
our logo was also a lion, so there you go.
That's really funny. See, that makes sense.
Yeah, that's dope.
And the coach was like, "We're copying all. They're an NFL team. We're just gonna copy their offensive, defensive plans." Exactly.
And then at the end, speaking of coaches like trying to make you feel better, there was a moment at the end of our last game where we finally lost our 10th game. And he's like, "I'm going to miss you seniors, man. You guys put in a lot of heart." From Andy Siegel, who was our best player, all the way down to Zarate. And it was me. I sat there like, what?
All the way down.
To you.
Way down.
From him, who's really good.
Yeah.
To you. Yeah.
All right. Thanks, coach.
I was like,
our
thanks,
best
coach.
Players and our other player.
And then that guy who didn't show up to a game because he had a show.
Hey, respect.
Yeah, my coaches hated me for that. I was like, dude, I don't start.
You were like,
I'm playing a show. Like, they just happened to fall on a Friday. I fucked up. I shouldn't have done that show. But still.
Yeah, I'm sure it worked out.
Yeah, it was okay. It was okay.
Clearly it worked out.
I think so too. Yeah.
Are you still playing football or just the shows?
No, I'm just playing shows now.
See what I mean?
It did work out. Yeah.
You still play football?
Oh my god. I saw my coach the other day though at Costco.
Oh really?
Yeah.
And he asked, he was like, "You still playing
football? Still playing football, man?" I was like, "Yeah, man. Me and the boys, we get after it." Yeah.
We're doing the DIY football scene.
Football scene.
Yeah.
Buy your own pads, hurt yourself. Yeah. Oh my god.
We got to promote this big show. We got vendors coming out.
It's huge. Oh my god. No, it's funny, man. I liked it though. I had a lot of fun in football, and I had fun in the drumline too for the summer I was in it. But
Yeah.
I loved it in junior high.
Yeah,
I felt like junior high was way more chill.
Junior high, I teach junior high, not drumline, just like normal music, percussion, like the band classes. And I have a super love-hate relationship with junior high.
Yeah.
Because, as we can all remember, no one knows what the fuck is going on
ever
in junior high.
Right.
Like, there are kids that will just be like, I'll be like, hey, I need you to move the snare drum from here to the other side of the room.
Yeah.
And then there's like all the chairs for the band to sit. And then like a very clear pathway around.
Right.
And they'll just be like, I'm going to go through all the fucking chairs.
Oh my God,
like, bump into shit. Like a newborn giraffe or something. Just like no control over their body.
Right.
Yet.
And there's like some 8th grader who looks like a grown ass man. He looks like he's 34.
Oh,
you know? And then there's some kid where you're like, you just came out of elementary.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's weird.
Dude, and it's even worse in high school because like you have 18-year-olds that are like beard, driving, girlfriend, jobs. And then like a 14-year-old who hasn't hit puberty yet.
Yeah.
And then like in band, they can just sit right next to each other.
Yeah.
And you're just like, this is fucking weird.
Yeah, it's
a big old like social experiment.
It's super bizarre. And then as a teacher, you got to be like, okay, this kid is like about to go to college. I can talk to you as an adult.
Right.
And then this kid is about to cry right now because they're like 14 years old.
They're overwhelmed.
And and you're just like, fucking, sorry, dude.
Oh my God. And there's like certain kids, you're like, dude, you're so talented. Just like
figure shit out.
Figure it out. Like focus.
Yes.
Why can't you just like be determined like I am?
Yeah, exactly.
And then they don't follow through. You know, I've seen those kids a bunch. They just don't follow through with music. And it's just like, oh man, you were so good though.
Well, like, I mean, I've had kids that, you know, I'm very lucky that I do like this whole thing where it's like I'm kind of in both worlds. It's like, oh, I'm doing teaching and marching band and classical shit, but then I also am in like the punk band and do the DIY scene. So like I've had a couple kids that like quit marching band.
Right.
And I was like, yo, like, are you still gonna do music? And they're like, oh, I want to like produce or like, whatever. And I was like, you can do that shit.
Totally
it's all
do
music.
that.
Just like do something. Yeah. And then like one of those kids is like, I don't know, he has like a little studio he made in TO and he's producing tracks for all the big 805 rappers, you know?
Oh, I love it. I love it. Dude, shout out to the 805 rappers.
I knew a dude like from the college I went to, like insanely talented. And like everyone knew about him and like who he was. He was the fucking dude. And then it's just like, I'm going to do construction. And I was like, but it was like, I want to like do this. Like this is my thing.
Yeah, this is like what I love.
I'm happy doing this shit.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, it's kind of crazy that you can be like that good at something like music and not want to do it.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's not your calling. You know?
Yeah, it's not. It's just
like I was super good at football, but I was like, no.
Then it becomes like a cool like party trick. You're like, hey, watch this. You know? I bet you didn't know I could do that.
Yeah. Who's got the acoustic guitar at the party? Oh, yeah. I know this song. I could play Jack Johnson. I know how to play Banana Pancakes.
I could play some lounge music in this bar right now.
Right, totally.
Watch this.
Yeah, I get it, man. There's a bunch of people I knew. There's so many people growing up with I played music with. I'm like, dude, you are so talented. If you just stop doing this shit, you could be doing, you know, what we're all doing now.
Yeah,
it's like, and just like it just took time. And it just took reps, and it just took like, I don't know, just doing it long enough to be like, oh, that's how you tour. Oh, because we just didn't know how to do that.
Yeah,
we had no idea how to do that. And our first tours were fucking awful. Like,
everyone's dude.
Yeah, just like no money. Not that there's a lot of money now, but like literally $0.
You're like, I can't believe we survived.
Yeah, you're like, we only lost $5,000. That's great.
That's awesome. Like, we drove my personal vehicle, and you know,
hell yeah.
You're like, that won't come back to bite me in the ass.
No,
10,000 miles.
Like shorten the lifespan of my car, you know. And hey, but you know what? Mississippi Pizza gave us pizza. That was cool. You know, and those are the little things that get you through.
What's like the biggest surprise city that you played? Like you played on tour and you were like, either, you know, like for like the genre of music you played, you were like, we're not gonna have fans and like fucking whatever.
Billings, Montana.
Okay.
Was it Billings?
Montana, dude.
It was no, I don't think I played Billings. Where did I play? Oh, Butte, Montana. Montana. Yeah, Butte, Montana. We played a show there and it was fucking packed.
Where'd you guys play?
At this like church that is now a bar.
It was like a DIY kind of spot.
No,
It was a bar.
It was a
Church
bar. It had
that
a
became
bar, and then the church had the big room, and this was like the small room in the bar.
All those like old converted churches.
Yeah.
Are, like some of the best places.
Super cool.
Yeah.
And they had like big names coming through too. It was just like
Yeah, I mean, how many
play
places
in the big room?
How many places can you book
In Butte.
out there? You
Yeah.
know, it's like
So that was amazing. There's like a bunch of people there. I was like, what the hell? Like, this is blowing
That's
my
rad.
mind. And,
Yeah, that's awesome.
you know, there's nothing, there's a band coming through, you go to the show. There's,
Yeah.
there's not a whole lot to do out in Butte. But we met and then we hung out with our openers and they let us crash at their beautiful home. And
Dope.
I was like, this is
some
sick.
like
I did
huge
not
home
They
in
live in
Butte,
like a
Montana.
mansion. Yeah.
massive.
That they were like, yeah, it's like
I'd pay, like-
$1,200 a
Yeah,
month.
no, it costs like
For, like, this
$800 a month for this beautiful
8-bedroom house or something
compound.
crazy.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, $100 a bedroom a month, you know?
Like, dude, maybe I gotta move to Butte. Maybe I gotta move to Butte, Montana, man.
we all have those thoughts, and then you go. And
Yeah, what's your guys' city for that kind
I
of
don't
stuff?
know.
Ah, man. I mean, I don't think I'm gonna leave LA, to be honest.
Right.
I
No,
mean-
but like city, like we played on tour and we
And
were
it was
like,
a surprise.
Oh.
Yeah.
That was a surprise. What's been a good surprise?
I don't know. I mean, we've mostly hit like big cities,
Right.
On our
Honestly,
tours.
on that first tour, because we had no clue if like anyone would show up
Right.
Yeah.
anywhere, and there were places where like the
Yeah.
room would feel pretty full, and
Nice.
like even like I remember that place in Charlotte, North Carolina.
Oh
like
yeah,
DIY
there
ass
was like
spot,
40
and it was like
kids, but those 40 kids had like a little tiny pod that like kids were crowd surfing
Cool.
on. You
Yeah.
remember? Like in Charlotte.
Yeah, yeah,
And
yeah,
there would
just
be,
little
like,
things like
20
that.
kids holding
Oh,
one
yeah.
person up and just like moving them around the room.
That's awesome.
You're just like super fun.
Dude, I love the Carolinas. I think that also is like those states are so beautiful.
I agree. I think
Yeah.
the Carolinas are. I was just saying on the last tour when we
Yeah.
were going through it.
Yeah.
I was like, I
It's my
think the
favorite part.
Carolinas are the most beautiful
Oh,
part you
for
get to drive
sure.
through.
Yeah, absolutely.
Others are close, but because it's like by the beach too. You get
Yeah.
out there, it's like
Yeah, I'm playing Charleston in October. Well, I can't. I haven't announced. We haven't announced the tour yet.
Oh,
But
yeah, cut that, cut
I am
that, cut
playing in October on the East Coast, and yeah, we're playing Charleston and a few other
Rad.
places, and I love that. And then I looked how much it costs to live in Charleston. Same as Santa Barbara.
Dude.
It's expensive. It's not cheap to live. It's like still waterfront
well, dude, I mean,
property.
like-
oh yeah, we like
That town, North Carolina, right?
I think South Carolina.
Carolina?
Charleston.
Charleston.
I think it's South or North. Either way.
sorry. Yeah.
We've played or no, Charlotte, North Carolina.
You think? Yeah, Charlotte.
Yes.
Back to Charlotte.
But in Charlotte,
Charleston is South Carolina.
Charleston is South Carolina.
Charleston,
Charlotte is North
yeah,
Carolina.
yeah.
And we played there, and it was like, whoa, this feels like
Yeah.
it's been very like kind of gentrified, and
Right.
like a lot of wealthy people are moving out, and like yeah, it's like
Oh,
living
yeah.
in San Diego or something.
Right.
Like it's getting expensive.
Well, and there
Totally.
was like that town. I'm so bad at like remembering names of these places, but like where University of North Carolina and like Duke were right there.
Yeah, big college towns like that.
Yeah, like those,
Durham.
Durham,
Chapel Hill.
Chapel
Chapel
Hill.
Hill.
That's what I was thinking of.
Yeah.
But yeah, like there's lots of schools on the East Coast
Yeah.
too. So like I feel like you're always like by some college and like there's
Right.
cool towns.
There's always
and-
something going on. There's
cool
always
shit
there's always
going
kids
on.
there.
Well, there's
you know?
and also
Yeah.
like every town we've been to, and like this AJJ tour will be interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because it's like we're doing like 10 or 15 shows. It's like a fair amount of shows, but it's in like 6 states. Like we have like 5 shows in the Carolinas.
There's 5 shows in Florida.
Yeah.
Wow. Oh yeah, that makes sense. Florida's huge.
Florida's
Yeah.
That's
yeah,
like-
but it's just like
You could do 5 shows in California too.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
For sure.
Easily.
But
we
it
just
is-
never done something.
It's like
that,
interesting,
ever.
and like yeah, some of the places we're playing are like, oh, this is like a 150,000 person town, like
That's
the size
crazy.
of Thousand Oaks.
Yeah.
And you're like, okay, let's see what's going on, and I'm sure it's going to be tight.
I'm sure it's
because
gonna be
there's
awesome.
Some big college or whatever, or like
There's a
playing-
reason why you get routed that way.
Yeah,
You know? It's
exactly.
like
yeah,
yeah.
100%.
So that'll be interesting. I feel like
I think if you do Florida, you have to do it that way because there's no point of driving. It takes so long to get into Florida. You might as well do like
Yeah, we
5
haven't
cities or so.
yeah.
been there.
Get your money's
forever.
worth.
Well, it's just like, dude, it's so hard to get out to Miami.
Yes, that is like
LA to Miami, yeah.
Like that's one of the things
Yeah.
that we're excited for. We haven't announced that tour either. Whoopsies. But hey,
Sure.
maybe if allegedly we're playing in Miami at some point this year.
right
I don't know. It's like
with AJJ.
with or without AJJ.
Okay.
Who knows?
Allegedly,
Allegedly.
hypothetically.
Allegedly. it's like, yeah, like going into like Tallahassee,
Right.
Orlando. I think we're hitting Jacksonville. I don't know.
I don't think so.
Orlando, we're hitting a bunch of places.
It's like Miami, Orlando, Tampa. Gainesville, and
Tampa.
I don't think we're hitting Gainesville.
We are.
Are you sure?
I think so.
I don't know. I hope so. I want to see Caleb again.
Maybe not. Maybe I'm tripping.
Tampa is a weird place.
Why is Tampa so weird?
We played a really weird venue, and the show was like supposed to be in a bigger venue, but not enough tickets were sold, so they moved us to a smaller venue, and it ended up being this really weird bar, and they had like a curfew. The show had to end like at 9 or 10.
Oh, great!
So it was an early show.
One of those.
And like they wouldn't budge because they had pornioke at 10.
It's always some.
And
like,
it is
crazy...
what it sounds like. It's karaoke with just porn on the screen.
Wow.
It was crazy. And there was
Dude.
like an all ages show. Kids had to like push
They're
kids
like,
out.
you guys
you
gotta
cannot see
leave
this and what's
right
about to happen.
Well, dude, it's always crazy, like how, like, you know, as being in a band, you always assume like this is what venues are making money for.
Yeah.
But it's always like some dance party,
Right, that's happening
or
after the show.
pornioke where you're like, yeah, we sold like 1,000 tickets for that. Like, sorry,
People love pornioke.
People
we
like-
can't move it.
yeah,
Dude, that's crazy. I've heard Tampa is an interesting.
like you
Yes.
guys do numbers, but do you do pornioke numbers?
Yeah, you're not doing better than the pornioke machine. That's coming. It's
Not
good porn. And then the sound guy refused to do our sound because he said, "Why? It's gonna sound different when people are here."
That's
Like
crazy.
that is weird. He got fired. The promoter fired him
That
on
makes
the spot.
sense. Yeah.
Yo.
And then like
That's dope.
The band we were opening for, the guy had to do everything that night. He had to do front of house for everyone because he was like, "Fuck,
That
what are we
fucking
gonna do?"
sucks.
And like I get that logic because it does sound different.
Yeah.
But like not
But
enough for you
at the
not
very
to.
least, like, I mean, were you using monitors and stuff?
Yeah.
Like at the very
It was a
least,
normal
you need to
show.
You need to get monitors.
At
It
least
was a normal show.
it was just
like all
supposed to
the
be a
other ones.
normal show, and he threw such a big fit.
Yeah.
And then they fired him. He left.
That's
Dope.
for the best.
And that's Tampa. That's my experience with Tampa. Maybe I'll go back.
Yeah, dude from Tampa, start fucking doing sound during sound check. Man, I'm calling you out.
Who knows what happened to that
Steve
guy?
from Tampa.
Oh my god. That was a weird show. Okay, so that tour is not announced. What tour isn't this? The tour that is announced and you guys are leaving on Tuesday. What tour, who's that with?
Doing with the Frights.
Okay, cool.
Yeah,
wrong
so
with the
full
Frights.
US with the Frights, and then we're back for like 10 days.
And then
we
you're out
leave
again.
for like 2.5 weeks with AJJ.
And that one is rough because it starts in
Starts in
not
Pittsburgh.
rough, but it starts in Pittsburgh. So
Yeah, what are they thinking?
It's like, hey, let's just drive to Pittsburgh. I mean, you know, it's either because it's not like a long tour, so it's not
Right.
like you're going
It's
in a
just-
circle.
yeah.
It's just like I guess you drive a lot at the beginning or at the end.
Yeah.
You know, so it is what it is. But yeah, we've never had to do something that far.
I mean,
5 days
dude, and
of
then
just
Of just
long
pure
ass
driving.
well, both the AJJ. I mean, the one AJJ tour and the alleged AJJ
Yeah,
tour.
yeah.
That one ends in like Oxford, Mississippi.
So you're just
So
Is it really?
Yeah,
You're just gonna hoof it
27
for-
hours away from LA is where that tour ends.
27.
Dude, I bet Oxford, Mississippi
Yeah.
goes crazy.
I bet you it does.
Yeah.
I'm not looking forward to the 3 days of 10-hour drives that we have to do after that.
Yeah, that's true. The tour I haven't announced yet. We're just talking about
Your
tours we can.
your
Alleged,
alleged tour.
My
alleged.
Your
alleged
alleged
East
tour.
Coast, a little bit of the South tour.
Yeah.
Ends like in like Massachusetts, in Northampton.
See, that's almost as far as you can possibly be away.
Fuck.
Yeah.
You're at
are you
the perfect
playing
diagonal.
with like other bands or something?
Yeah, we're opening for a
Okay.
band, and like, yeah,
Do you find like because our whole
like
thing,
what are we supposed to do? And it's the week of Thanksgiving, so you can't like really book a lot of stuff that week.
Yeah, you
Yeah,
can't
we'll just
book-
catch a cheap flight back to LA.
Yeah,
Thanksgiving
with all
weekend.
your-
seriously. I know with all the gear, so we're just gonna have to drive nonstop almost probably.
Yeah.
That's gonna suck.
It's gonna suck. My feet are gonna be swollen. Like if you sit in a car too long, you just like the water just. It's like you have to stop. Yeah.
You
gotta
gotta
walk around and
keep it
do
loose.
Oh my god, you gotta do that. Yeah.
It's tough, dude. Touring's
Yeah.
so hard, man.
Dude, starting from here and driving all the way to Pittsburgh is fucking gonna suck.
Yeah, it's like we're hitting Flagstaff.
With no shows,
No shows. We're doing Flagstaff,
Yeah.
Amarillo,
and then work your way.
like Springfield, Missouri,
Yeah.
Indianapolis, and then Pittsburgh. It's taking us 5 days. of just bullshit.
Yeah,
It's
you
like
like
8 hours.
So you
of
drive through the
Just
Southwest
bullshit.
and then you can cut up.
cut up.
Yeah.
Drive through some tornadoes. My dad's so funny. I was like, yeah, we're going to allegedly we're going to Florida in
Right.
October. And he was like, that's fucking hurricane season. What are you thinking? And I was like, Dad, there's like the bands we're opening for, their agents, our agent, our manager,
Yeah.
our band, our decision, and then your opinion on
Yes,
hurricane
and
season.
yeah.
That is determining whether or not we're doing this.
That's
tour.
funny, dude.
Does it really ramp up in October? I thought that was like more
That
of a
is hurricane
November.
season.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I
But
don't
it's
know.
like what like
I never-
hey, if there's a hurricane
Yeah.
if Miami's gone, we're not playing a show
Right,
there.
right,
No
right.
one.
Allegedly.
Hurricanes don't just like surprise.
Yeah, you see it coming.
Us
It's
anymore.
not like
Yeah,
a
yeah,
tornado.
yeah,
You're
totally.
just like, hey,
We figured out how to see when hurricanes are
Yeah.
approaching.
You're like,
Yeah, we can
it's,
predict
in
that.
these days.
it's pretty wet and windy right now. I wonder if there is a hurricane.
Yeah. Oh my God. Yeah, we had a tour booked, I think like last year in the winter, and we did 2 tours in the winter, which I'm like, I'm never doing that again.
Dude,
It's so
it is-
dangerous.
It is something.
It's so sketchy.
The snow and everything.
We had to cancel, and like I talked to the other band we were co-headlining with.
because of storms. You couldn't drive through.
It was
or
just
what?
like,
Well,
I
it was-
had already experienced it
Yeah.
already, and I was like,
Yeah.
it's not gonna get any better. And the
Yeah.
storms, I could tell in the maps, like the storms are bad. Like it was all the Midwest too, and so I just talked to the co-handler. I was like, I don't think we should do this shit. And then like they're like, yeah, we don't think we should do it either. I was like, okay, then let's tell
Let's
people
not do
it's
this shit.
ultimately our decision.
Yeah.
Like we're like managers and agents, like they're sitting in their fucking office or
Yeah.
at home. Like if they
Well,
work
and
from
for
home,
that
like,
too, no one's gonna be
we're
like,
on the
"Fuck
fucking
you
road,
guys."
dude. Like yeah.
Yeah, you gotta.
So-
Safety comes first for all that shit.
100%.
We dodged some bullets on the Cheek Face tour.
Oh, yeah.
we
there
were
was
missing.
that
We were
huge
missing
thunderstorm.
blizzards and thunderstorms by
Blizzards,
like
thunderstorms.
24, 48 hours.
Oh,
like
really?
left and
Yeah.
right. Yeah.
And then we had the one on the way to Indianapolis.
Yeah, that was actually.
That was scary.
You guys did run with Cheek Face?
We did. We
Nice.
did run
I love
Cheek
them.
Face.
I love
They're
Greg.
some of the nicest people
Sweetest
I've
Yeah,
ever
Greg
met
is
in
so
my
cool.
life.
Shout out to Greg.
Shout out to
Yeah,
Greg.
shouts out Mr. Katz.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was scary.
Where was that run?
Another full U.S.
Oh, cool.
And then on the drive from
we
Columbus.
hit Canada too on that.
Yeah,
one.
we
Really?
hit Canada.
Montreal
yeah.
and Toronto.
Montreal and
Sick.
Toronto. Yeah, we were driving from Columbus to Indianapolis. And it was like, hey, we're going to try and beat this big ass storm that's
Yeah.
coming through.
Well, remember the night before, we
Yeah.
talked to Greg, and like the venue had, I think, reached out as well, and they were like, "Hey, there's this big ass storm
Yeah.
coming through, like, but it's supposed to come in like the early afternoon." And so, like, instead of loading in at 4, they were like, "We're gonna open the venue up at like 11 a.m., like noon, if you guys want." And so,
Yeah.
like, we just left
early as
Really?
early as fuck
Left at,
and
like,
got
8
out there.
a.m., yeah.
And missed
And even
it.
then, as we were coming into the city, it was like
There was like
we were
20 minutes
"Oh,
where I was
shit."
driving and just like, if I take one of my hands off this
Yeah.
fucking...
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
there's like lightning striking
Yeah.
on the side of the freeway.
And we
That
just,
shit
like,
is not fun, man.
I was
Yeah.
driving like 30 miles an hour because you just like can't see shit.
that was
Right.
crazy. We loaded in and then went to a laundromat, and at the laundromat,
we
it
like
like
saw a tornado possibly forming.
it was crazy. Like, I've never seen clouds like that. Where you're just
Right.
like looking out and they're just like
Swirling.
like moving fast too.
Oh,
It's like
shit.
I'm sure
From
that's
a couple different directions.
Yeah.
I had like research because I'm always the person who's stressed.
Yeah.
And I was like researching. I was like, what does a tornado look like when it's starting? And it's like if you see clouds moving from different directions to
Yeah.
the same spot, and we're like in this laundromat, and it's
you're
like,
like I see it. I
those
see
3
it.
clouds are going right there. And I was
Oh
like,
shit.
These are like Californians
I
talking
was like,
about
I've trained for
what
this,
Oh
and
my
everyone
God.
else is just like walking around like whatever. Fucking
Yeah.
tornado.
It's
Yeah.
like we don't
Takes the house,
we
it
don't
takes
think
the
about
house.
any of that shit here.
not
We
at
don't-
all.
I've never thought about a tornado.
Dude,
in
I
my
barely even
life.
look at the weather. You know,
Yeah.
it's like
Well, because the only thing we have to worry about is like earthquakes and wildfire,
yeah.
both of which not a lot of warning signs.
see, you can't forecast.
You just
It's
wake
just
up and you're like,
fire.
oh, it's
Yeah.
on fire,
Yeah,
or you're
great.
like, ugh.
Yeah, totally. Oh man,
Yeah.
yeah. I booked the tour also in like February because I was like, well, it's nice here in February. It's
Yeah,
like,
dude,
not
I mean,
nice
man.
everywhere else.
Our first U.S. tour was in February.
Yeah,
And it was like, oh shit, yeah, like we were in Cleveland. It was like we have to de-ice the car and
Yeah.
everything, and like
Oh my
snow's
God.
fucking everywhere, and like
Yeah, like every door on the van is frozen shut. Like the windshield is just
yeah. I've been
like
there. I've
a
been there.
thick layer of ice on it.
Yeah.
yeah, we were at like this apartment building for one of the bands we stayed with on that tour. At their apartment, and like you went out in the morning, and it was like you were saying like hundreds of
Yeah.
people just like scraping the ice off at the same time.
Oh,
my God.
dude, yeah, I You just like, we walk down to this giant parking lot and just surrounding you, you just hear
Yeah.
coming from everywhere. Just like all these people doing the same thing, scraping the ice off their cars.
Oh my God. Yeah, we played a show in Cleveland, and same thing. We like, okay, well, there weren't a lot of people at the show, and we're like, can anyone let us crash at their place? One guy offered us to sleep in his basement, and we're like, not gonna do the basement. Thank you though. Thank you. And then so we found an Airbnb outside of Cleveland, and it was fine. Like we drove in, everything was like, all right, this is kind of cool. It's like in the woods. We wake up the next morning, we open the door, just white everywhere. It happened all while we were asleep, and the car was covered. I'd never seen anything like that before.
Yeah, it's just buried.
Yeah. I was like trying to walk to it was like a shed, like a wooden cabin in the back of their main house, and I had to like walk into the main house to use the restroom. It was weird.
Dude.
I was not prepared.
We've stayed at some weird Airbnbs.
Yeah.
Some interesting ones. There's a lot of interesting hotels and Airbnbs across the country.
Right. Yeah.
Like
when you guys tour, do you do Airbnbs most of the time?
Saw you're doing hotels.
Okay.
Yeah, it just makes more sense.
We do hotels. Like we'll do Airbnbs if we have like more than one night in the city.
Oh, totally.
Typically,
I get that.
It's just because it's like it's nicer. You can spend that whole day.
Eat food.
Chilling.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
Cook a meal.
Right. So it feels so good.
Yeah. It's just like watch movies.
Holy shit.
Hang
Yeah,
out.
we did that. We did that in Spokane. We were there for like 2 days, and
Yeah.
Sick.
And then like if we're just, I mean, honestly, on drive days too, I'll book an Airbnb. If it's like, hey, we're driving 10 hours, but we're showing up at 8.
Yeah.
Yeah, we can spend like 4 or 5 hours.
Yeah, because if you're not like playing a show where it's like you're gonna get back at like midnight or 1 a.m. and just sleep or whatever, it's like nice to have a place.
Yeah.
Right.
You don't want to like just be hanging out in a hotel room, I guess, for that long.
It sucks to get an Airbnb where it's like, cool, we spent $170 on this place, and we're gonna like be consciously awake here for like 30 minutes in the morning, 30 minutes in the evening.
Oh, totally.
That's when
hotels
are the move.
We're at like 10 a.m. or
10 or 11
a.m.
yeah.
And if you're going to bed at 2, no one's waking up before like
I know.
10 a.m.
Yeah.
So
I unfortunately wake up, or I work on the road. I do social media marketing, so I'm remote, and
that's pretty sick.
I'm up at like fucking 8 a.m. every day. Anyways, it fucking sucks to get home at 2.
Dude,
get in the hotel like, all right, then now it's 8. Fuck.
Emails.
Log on. Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like we're lucky. Like we're all young enough that like you do some work on the road for like mixing and stuff.
Nice.
Yeah.
But
that's it.
Though. Like my day job is like I teach music and I perform. You can't really do that on the road.
Right.
And then like Graham and Aiden work at Trader Joe's, so it's like they're not working remotely.
Yeah. Man, I do miss the time where I could just leave my job and I don't have to think about my job. But when it's on your fucking phone, it's all the time.
Dude, like
it never ends.
Poor Cheekface, like I think Just Echo, their drummer, is the only person who didn't have like a day job.
Oh, nice.
And
they're
all like career.
They would
day
have to
jobs.
drive.
Like they're like adult ass day jobs.
Yeah.
But it's like Greg was just like always answering emails. Fucking poor AJ had like he like brought his work laptop, but then the screen broke, so he also had to bring like an external monitor.
Oh fuck!
He had like a whole fucking.
You got a whole like monitor set up in the van. Like that sucks.
Oh no!
And then meanwhile, we're just like talking about how many McDonald's. How many Rihanna songs were like Billboard top.
Dude, so many times in the van, I'm like, I have a meeting at 1. Can everyone like not talk?
Shut up.
Yeah.
Shut up.
Okay, and then like fuck. Yeah. I'm not even talking in the meeting. I'm just like listening.
Yeah.
We're just like, I need you guys silent.
Yeah, for the next 30 minutes. Like, while I sit silent, just like my camera off.
Just going like.
So do your bosses know? Like, would you tell them that you're on tour? Okay.
Yeah.
See,
they would know.
I think AJ was so stressed because he was like, they don't need to know.
Oh,
I don't know what I'm doing.
Yeah, maybe it depends. I also worked at a music company.
Got it. So they totally.
Yeah, I worked for Seymour Duncan for so long.
Oh,
for like 2
okay.
years.
Yeah.
So
that's not your job anymore. Then.
No, I work somewhere else now that I can't talk about. Signed an NDA. Yeah, allegedly. I work at a different
allegedly may or may not have signed an NDA.
I may have signed an NDA where I can't talk about. I don't know. I gotta read that thing again. I don't know if I can like not mention where I work or where I can't mention the clients I work for.
Sure.
So
both.
Yeah.
If you say allegedly, you can say anything.
You want. Yeah.
That holds up in court.
You allegedly work for the U.S. government.
Who knows? I may or may not.
I'm allegedly a spy.
Yeah, totally. So I'm still doing the same kind of work though, remote, working on my phone and I bring my laptop and social media.
Rad.
People don't like to do social media, and I get it. I wish I didn't have to do it, but like I like it at the same time.
Yeah, I mean, I wish we were like better at it. Like I'm
Yeah,
sure
we're
you know,
really
like
bad. I mean,
we need like, yeah.
we're figuring out TikToks.
Yeah, Yo, you
I'm
guys
not
have TikTok?
figuring out
Oh,
TikToks.
somebody's figuring
Graham
out
and
TikToks.
Sam are figuring out TikToks.
Figuring out TikTok.
Yeah. What are you doing on there?
I mean, honestly, just like throwing shit at the wall and seeing what'll stick.
That's
pretty
the
much
best thing you can do.
Is kind of the strategy. I feel like at this point.
This is how inept I am. Where like yesterday, me and Aiden were at Guitar Center, and there was like a little baby drum set. Mm-hmm. So I was playing on it, and then I edited a whole video of like getting ready for tour, like rehearsing. I got this. It's like a tiny, like that's the joke.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, I'm gonna bring this drum set on tour. Ha ha ha, stupid. And I do it, and I post it, and I fucking posted it on my personal TikTok instead of the Sad Park TikTok. Like
and did it get numbers?
And it blew up.
It blew up 70 million. No, it had like 800 views.
That's pretty good.
Or something.
800 is pretty good.
Yeah, but the whole thing is like, see us on tour, sadpark.com.
Yeah.
And people are just like,
who are you? Yeah.
I don't know what the fuck that is.
Everyone that sees it is like, oh, it's one of these where they're promoting something.
Yeah. Oh man, yeah, making content. Like I run a lot of TikTok accounts right now, and it's, I don't know, it doesn't have to be like this like overly complicated thing. It can just be like your music. Just post the songs on there, you know, the live performance content, the music video content. It's like that stuff was great. Like you put it on YouTube and then we never talked about it again. I feel like that happens all the time. We put shit on YouTube and boom, we never talked about it ever again.
Yeah, YouTube is, I feel like, is good for like posterity, like keeping shit. Like, oh, I remember this band released this music video 4 years ago. Let me go find it.
Totally.
But as far as like keeping that buzz,
I also tell artists to just focus on YouTube because that's the one that's
just YouTube or
YouTube and TikTok and I guess Instagram. But like, dude, that's the one that pays you. So YouTube, if you can grow your YouTube channel, like, and have like interesting different types of videos you make, like, it will pay you at some point. Like
we said we were gonna do that on the last tour.
Yeah, but then Hale fucking dragged their feet.
I wasn't gonna throw out names.
I'm throwing out names. I'm here to burn bridges with our friend Hale.
What happened?
Oh, nothing. We just
who's
got
Hale?
busy. Hale's our merch person.
Okay.
They're like our unofficial 5th member when we're on the road.
Cool.
They're great. They do a lot for us. They do all our merch. They make our lives very easy, and they keep our spirits up on the road. They're awesome.
They were gonna film you guys.
Yeah, they're like super.
We posted like a couple little vloggy things, and then
we filmed.
We all just
so much stuff, but like Hale
fizzled out.
Hale didn't bring their laptops, so they were like always using my laptop to edit. But then
that's
like,
right.
I had to use my laptop, and like after a week, it was like.
Yeah, we should have Hale bring their laptop.
Let's just focus on the shows. Yeah,
it was just like, just fucking have fun and hang out.
I got this little camera that I want to show you guys.
Oh, yeah.
I think we're bringing Ari's camcorder on this as well.
Okay,
Try
that's
and
good. I'm excited.
Do film whatever.
Whoa.
I take this thing, and then I can just film live.
Whoa.
Wait, what the fuck?
It's like a little Steadicam?
Yeah. It is definitely. And then
can
you can
ask how much a device like that?
Oh, not that much. Like
days?
I think like 500. Anywhere from 3 to 5.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then this is how you do it. Selfie mode.
Dude, I've never seen something like that ever.
That's crazy.
Oops, I keep doing it wrong. There you go.
Dude, what it looks like.
Is this just a video podcast, or is there like an audio only version of this podcast?
Oh yeah, the audio goes up on like Spotify.
That's going to be a good 20-second clip of us just being like, wow. This magical device.
It's beautiful. I love this thing. I love this thing.
No, it's really, really rad.
But I've been taking it because I was taking that thing on the road, and then I had the whole thing, and it was like kind of like in people's faces.
And you like,
in my face.
I would worry about having like a camera like that too.
Yeah.
If I wasn't like just a photographer, where I was always like taking care of it.
Oh yeah.
You're
like
focusing on so much other stuff that's so easy to just like lose or get damaged or get stolen or something.
So that's why that little guy's perfect. Just fits in my fanny pack. I pull it out, film some stuff.
That is crazy.
I know. I'm hyped on that thing.
Hell yeah.
That's been my favorite. And then and then I was like taking that thing also because like the idea was like, oh, I'll do podcasts on tour, and then
You're like
just giving yourself
giving me more work. To
yeah,
do.
you're already like touring and a
Yeah.
second job, and then you're like, just do for fun.
How about we do this for fun?
With all
like,
that downtime, people think there's a lot more downtime on tour than there
Yeah.
is.
oh dude.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And there kind of is sometimes.
It depends on the routing.
It does depend on
but
the routing.
like I have a lot of students who like I teach weekly, and then it would be like, oh, I'm going on tour for like a month, and the first couple tours it'd be like, oh, let's do like Zoom lessons or something. But then it would be like, well, we have 2 days this whole month where I have a full day off of like 6 hours, and then it's like, do I really want to work for 6 hours straight on like my 1 day off? Like,
yeah, totally.
Zoom with like 8 kids.
Yeah,
in a row.
and it's at like Sunday morning, and it's like you don't want to fucking do shit on Sunday.
Oh, totally.
Like, it just sucks.
We had our keyboardist for one of the tours. She did that. She's like, I got, is there an Airbnb? We're getting an Airbnb because I have lessons I gotta do.
Yeah.
Or could you guys like
Dude,
leave the hotel room?
Yeah. I was doing them in like closets and garages and Airbnbs, and you're just like, this sucks.
I get it.
So now I'm just like, fucking talk to me in August. When I come back.
Yeah.
Have fun. Have a good summer.
Please don't leave me.
Yeah. Please, that's it.
Yeah,
That's
please
the thing.
stick
You're just
with
like,
me. Yeah.
When it's all your own personal clientele, you're just like, I hope you come back because I need to pay my bills.
Yeah, totally. Cool. Let's talk about the music, the art. I listened to the EP on the way over here.
Oh yeah, the new single.
Yeah, totally.
I'm sticking to this chair.
I know it is so hot in here. I think that is something we should address. How hot it is.
Yeah, I didn't know if we were gonna say it or not.
Yeah, it's
easily 100
hot.
degrees in this room right now.
I'm dying.
It's because the questions are so intense.
I do have I have a little theory. That's if you're like hot or in like uncomfortable environments, I think it sometimes like makes you perform better.
Don't they do
that's
that on the
true.
Eric Andre show? They
do
it's
that.
like
It's, like,
95
really hot.
degrees.
Oh, really?
Gets you going. Yeah.
Yeah, so everyone's just like kind of sweaty and like, what the fuck is going on?
Like we're in this together.
I think Akon does that. I think he leaves the studio really hot. It's supposed to
I heard
help.
DJ Khaled does that as well.
It's supposed to like, I don't know, open up. It's supposed to help your vocal cords too.
I don't know, dude. I work at a recording studio, and I will say there's nothing worse than a hot recording studio with
bet.
like 10 dudes sitting
Oh,
in
I
there.
bet. Yeah.
Fucking horrible.
Oh.
Sorry to
It's just
immediately
like-
derail.
Yeah.
No.
Oh, yeah,
this
sorry.
we could bring it back. I know the route, the bike path. Did you record at your studio?
Actually, we recorded at Balboa Recording Studios.
Where's that
at? It's like Eagle. No, we're at Glassell Park.
Oh,
Glassell
cool.
Park. Yeah, it's dope. That was we did
pretty
just
rad.
10 days over there.
It was 10 days. You did 10 days.
10 days for because all like the EP is just like singles from the new album.
Oh, okay. So there's more songs coming out.
Yeah, the album drops on Tuesday.
July.
Okay, got it.
No,
Friday, July 7th.
Music
Everything's
hasn't
been-
dropped on Tuesdays since I was a
Well,
boy.
it's because we're leaving on Tuesday.
Okay, I see.
you know?
I see.
And
Yeah.
that's when video games drop. So
I know video games still do Tuesday. Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
stupid. What's going on Friday? Yeah, it's
Yeah,
the
so
7th.
yeah, we put out the last single we're putting out this week, and now it's the album. Waiting.
Yeah.
Nice.
10 days.
So 10 days for 12 and a half songs.
No,
Okay.
it's Saturday. 6 days.
6 days.
My clock is off.
Yeah.
Yeah, so a week it'll be out.
And so 10 days, you tracked it. I listened to that and then listened to a little bit of your older stuff. There's a clear difference in like the tone. It sounds so much bigger. Was that like a conscious decision to like, let's make a really big sounding record or?
Yeah, I think. Yeah, we wanted just like the drums to sound big, and then I don't know. I feel like our stuff like sounds big, but also like there's not like a lot of layers on it. Like I feel like it's what
pretty
we
simple.
I feel like we record what we like would play live, or like
Right.
when we write the song and we're playing it live that way. It'll be like those parts with like a few extra layers,
Some overdubs.
yeah, a little sauce. Doubles and then maybe
Like doubles,
couple
double
little extra
guitars.
guitar parts here and there, some synths,
Right.
some accessory shit.
Do you play with synths live?
Yeah.
Okay.
All of our synths are like to kind of help beef out the sound.
Yeah.
It's all like pads and stuff.
Okay, cool.
There's not a
You don't
lot
really need it.
like
or if it's like a lead part, it's like under a guitar or
Right,
a vocal,
right,
or
right.
something like that.
Yeah. Just add a little texture.
I fucking pray to God we don't add a fifth member to the band.
Mick Logistics.
It's just one more mouth to feed.
Another mouth to feed.
Another mouth to feed. Another head to sleep on.
Yeah.
You know?
We don't need that.
Yeah, we don't need all that.
Not until like every song has like 8 synths on it.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
So was there like an album or like something that was like referenced to for like a certain song? Because what I'm hearing is like Weezer Blue. I hear a lot of that in there.
Cool.
I hear some Saves the Day, but I don't know where was your all's head at for that?
I feel like we had conversations with our last album about like albums we were inspired by. I feel like this one was really much like song centric.
Yeah.
Yeah, and like we definitely all had like individual inspirations, but it wasn't intentional.
Right.
Like it wasn't like we're trying to make an album that sounds like Weezer's Blue Album.
Right.
It was like
And when I mean that, I meant like the actual recording.
Sure.
Right. Not the song, just like the
Yeah.
level of
Like,
recording.
sonically or whatever.
Yeah,
It
yeah.
wasn't really stuff like that. It was like that kind of just came because of what the song sound like. And like we were ending up writing, like Graham kind of is the core songwriter. So he'll bring like ideas for these songs and then we kind of flush them out.
Okay.
He was listening to a lot of like 90s shit.
Yeah.
As opposed to like
That's
the
probably what I'm
emo,
hearing.
punkier stuff, the more modern stuff that we were listening to for the last album. It was like 90s stuff for him. And so like the core of these songs were these like kind of poppier, catchier kind of melodies, a little brighter chord progression, stuff like that. With the exception of a couple songs.
Right.
And so I think it just kind of lended itself better to a production kind of like that.
Yeah. And I think, we had never recorded before, like just locking out a studio for a period of time. So yeah, we did the 10 days and worked with Sean Bennett from AJJ.
Yeah.
Produced Danny Nagaris over at Balboa. And I think because of that, because it wasn't such a drawn out process, we were all just like mentally open to like, we're going to make something in these 10 days and that's the album.
Yeah.
And, whatever it ends up being is, and I think we all had visions of it going in of like Grant knowing what he wanted his drums to sound like. And, I think we wanted to kind of like clean up the guitars a little bit and make things a little clearer and like small things like that. But in the end, it was just like, let's just go in.
Yeah.
See what happens.
I think it also like, when you're recording an album, especially when you're doing it all like independently and it's taking a long time, you can kind of make it feel more like sacred than it is. And I think having this thing of like, sure, we spent a while like writing the songs, but even then like Sean was there. So like we were making small changes like, hey, let's cut out these 4 bars. Let's do the shit. And then like we got 10 days to just like record the parts and do it. And I think we did like a couple extra days of overdubs for vocals and
I think there was like a vocal day. Shit. We had a trumpet day.
Player.
Nice.
Yeah. Shouts out Ryan Buchanan.
Shouts out Ryan Buchanan. College. And then me and Graham did a day of just like a few. There's not many harmonies on the album, but we did a few dubs afterwards.
Yeah.
Too.
And I think like at least for me personally, like I definitely struggle with like perfectionism a little bit and like wanting to go back and being like, oh, like this doesn't work as well as it could. And I think kind of being like, no, we got fucking 10 days to do it. Like kind of like that's what the album is. It as kind of oxymoronic as this sounds, it's like the album is like less sacred. It's just kind of like, yeah, we did it. We put these songs out. Here's what the album is. But it also is like a much better product because of that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's not that like we didn't care about it. We didn't want it to be great. But we had less of a clear idea of like, this is going to be our fucking magnum opus. It was like, here's 12 really good songs that we're really proud of.
Yeah.
Let's just fucking record them.
And working in that 10 day like restriction really like it's sharp. It makes you just laser focused.
It really does.
Like, this is the song
I
we're working
loved
on.
it, honestly. It was so sick.
I agree. There's like that Steve Albini quote that's like, if it takes longer than 10 days, you're doing it wrong.
Yeah.
It's like,
that's cool.
There's something to that.
Well, I also think it like, I don't want to use the word dumbed down, but like it really simplified how we were playing also. Yeah. Like Sam and I definitely can get the most wild in the band instrumentally, like with bass and drums. And like, I don't want to speak for you, but I certainly was like, okay, well, I don't have time to do like 6 takes of this fucking song or 8 takes of this song to get every little specific thing I want to do. Yeah. So it was like, fuck it. Just like, these parts are a little simpler. They're just a little more straightforward. Like, is it serving the song? Is this just like a groove? Is it locked in? Does it make you feel good? And then if I can still get some spice in there, like 3 or 4 takes, like sweet.
Totally. I personally definitely like let go of like, I'm gonna like, this is what the like part is going to be, and it's like almost giving like a bit of a live feel. Like you do it a little different each time, or like maybe like you ended it like this phrase differently, or like with a different little thing in the middle, like, and just like being okay with that and leaving it in, and it's more fun.
Not having to be like as intellectual about like crafting the part.
Totally.
You know.
Well, yeah, so like, that's definitely something I noticed when I was listening to is it feels like everything's very intentional.
Sure.
Like every part is like, okay, no one's overplaying on top of each other. It's like the parts are very intentional. It's
I feel like it was
everyone sat in their spot.
Yeah, we talked about like it was like staying out of each other's way.
Sure.
Yes.
Like that's cool. Picked up on that.
That's like something I learned from just talking to this one band after, you know, they worked with John Cogniton, who worked with St. Vincent, and he gave them advice, and then they gave me the advice. So it's like now I just always pass this like little nugget along, but it's like St. Vincent, that's what she does. It's like when you're hearing a St. Vincent song, when you hear a riff, that's what you're supposed to focus on. And it's like that. And then when she's singing, then you focus on that. And then it flips. It's like people's ears can only listen to so much at once. So you have to be kind of like arranging it in that way. Here's the riff. Okay, now there's a drum bit. Now here's where the bass thing does the bass thing. It's like, oh, I'm supposed to be listening to these things because that's what I set it up for you 100%. To notice that riff. I'm not singing and there's a big riff behind me. Here's singing and then here's the riff. It's like it's all laid out like a charcuterie board almost.
No,
you know?
Totally. 100%. I agree.
Charcuterie rock.
Charcuterie.
Yeah. Charcut rock.
Charcut rock.
Coot rock, dude. Charcut it up.
Yeah.
No, I think like definitely along those lines, like this album drum wise, I was like, you know, like having the realization of like, I'm a drummer, like a drummer-ass drummer. And so it's like, I'm going to interpret my instrument in a way that most other people are not going to. You know what I mean? Where it's like, I'll be thinking about things differently, and it's like, okay, realistically, my job is to go relatively unnoticed, but be felt.
Right.
You know what I mean? And like bass is very similar.
100%.
It's like, okay, if we finish and it's like, I don't feel like I really did anything like artistically fulfilling on that track.
Right.
You know, I was just kind of like, whatever, like playing the part, but everyone's kind of like grooving to it.
Right.
After we finish recording like bass and drums, you're like, okay, then I have done it incredibly successfully. Even if I didn't feel like I was making some artistic statement with like, how interesting can I make this groove, or like how unique is this fill, like how perfect. It's just like, no, just fucking
service the song.
Is it feel good?
Yeah.
And by nature of me being me and you being you, it's going to have that flavor and that pizzazz that you need, but it's never like trying to do that. And I think that was a big kind of turning point for me, like maturity wise also.
Right. And is that something you two work out a lot, just bass and drums, like kind of plotting what you're going to do?
Yeah, we...
when we're writing songs.
Right, in that process. Not the recording,
Definitely. Well, actually in recording too, this was the first time we'd ever tracked like somewhat live.
Yeah.
So like we did me, Grant, and Graham just like did all the songs.
Rhythm, guitar, bass, and drums.
Yeah. And then we
for like some songs. Some songs I was like the fast songs that had like really specific parts, I was like, I'm not going to be listening to you guys because it's too like technical. And I was just like, give me a click and let me just fucking play the part. Like the last song and Money in the Bag, like those endings are just like, it's like really fast. I just like, I can't.
Yeah. But to answer your question, I do feel that way with bass.
Sorry.
It's just like I think I'd change it a little bit. But yeah, just like not doing anything too flashy at all. But at the same time, it's like it's the same thing. It's just like it's gotta like feel good.
Yeah.
Like that's I think was probably the main focus. Yeah. And especially like tracking live makes you really lock in on that, I think.
And like the flashiness.
That's like the main focus.
The flashiness, interestingness of the parts come because you're a really good bassist.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah.
So you can do things that don't busy it up or feel like it's taking a lot of focus and intention.
Yeah.
That are more than just like boom, 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 boom.
Yeah.
Boom. You know what I mean? So
totally.
it's like, it kind of comes naturally, which was cool. Sorry to
No, it's okay.
talk about drums and bass for 30 minutes or whatever.
Well, you're the two that showed up, so that's what we get to talk. That's what we get to talk
rhythm
about.
section.
Yes, I love it. Yeah, man. Okay, so the record's coming out. Who's putting it out?
Pure Noise.
Pure Noise
nice.
Records.
Pure Noise Records.
Nice. And they're doing the vinyl and the tape and the CD, or what are we getting?
Vinyl and I don't think we have tape. I think it's just vinyl. Mostly vinyl.
We're bringing a few. I don't
feel like tapes have
We're
come
bringing
and
a few
gone now.
CDs on the road. Yeah, we've never done that ever as a band, I think.
Yeah.
But we're bringing a few CDs on the road. But yeah, a lot of vinyl.
Yeah.
Which I love. And Pure Noise too as a label. I think that's just one of their
They like the new
main
records, yeah.
pushes,
Totally.
pushes for
Pre-order the
their
vinyl,
releases.
buy the vinyl.
Yeah, buy
right, pre-order the vinyl. CDs,
Lots of
I don't know
variants.
what to do with the CD.
Honestly,
I have them and they just sit around like.
we just had this conversation because our manager Chad was like, "Hey, Pure Noise asked like, do you guys want any like CDs for the road? Do you want to like buy some from them?" And I think we're buying like 30
Sure.
or
yeah,
something,
like totally.
because it's honestly like
Makes sense.
You just get like some people on tour that like
You
they're
have
like,
CDs?
"Hey, like
Collect
it's
vinyl.
just in their car."
Yeah.
They're like, "I don't have like a aux cord in my car. Like I just
Right,
have a
right.
CD player. Like, do you
Yeah.
guys have CDs?" And like, I'm sure we'll get some people like that. But
Definitely.
We'll sell like 5 CDs on this
Yeah.
thing, right?
and then
So
those
it's
people will listen to nothing but that CD. in
Yeah.
their
I
car.
did that for
Right.
years.
Yeah.
I only had a CD player and I would just listen to that one record over and over and over again.
See, I just wish we had like a bonus track. We need to start doing that as a band.
Yeah.
Like that's something I love. Like Vacation, Bomb Music Industry. I bought that CD
Because it had bonus
years ago. I
material.
didn't know it had a bonus track.
Yeah.
I
On the
never knew.
vinyl?
Like I'm a huge Bomb Music Industry fan. I don't think it's on the vinyl. I think
CD?
it's just on the
Oh.
CD. And it's like there's 13 tracks. The 14 track was like 7 minutes of silence. I wasn't really paying attention. And it goes to track 15.
Oh,
and it just,
yeah.
like, starts, and I was like, "What the fuck is this?" Like it was
It's cool.
dope. It was really rad.
I did that on my second record. And Spotify hated it.
They were like,
It like I was supposed to come out one day like what is you can't release after Wolfpack released like an album of
Yeah,
silence.
yeah, yeah.
If there's too long, if there's a track that
Oh,
starts with
yeah,
like
dude.
7 minutes of silence, it gets like
after Wolfpack
rejected.
stole $20,000 from a $10 billion company.
Absolutely.
Can't be paying our
Can't be
artists this
doing
much.
that.
Yeah.
So yeah, there's like a
Gross.
Spotify doesn't like it and I had to like appeal it and then my record finally got
You're like, "It's art. Fuck
yeah,
you."
it's fucking
See
crazy.
them. Spotify hates art. They don't understand.
Spotify
my vision.
hates
My
art.
secret track. Yeah.
Spotify doesn't get us.
That's true. But I agree.
Yeah,
I love
that's
a
cool
secret
though.
track.
That I love shit like that also.
Yeah, and like if it was just a CD thing too, it's like, oh, then that maybe is like an incentive to buy the CD if you want. Like,
Yeah.
that secret track.
Start, saying that they're secret tracks.
Yeah.
But I like the idea of a secret track being in the middle of the track listing, though.
Oh, funny.
You know, like
Yeah.
You gotta like compare track
You're like, what
lists
happened?
to know which
What
one
happened
it
to
is.
the middle of the record that just like died?
Yeah.
there's like a
Just-
bunch of extra, like nothing, and then a random song, and then the rest of the record. It's really weird.
Yeah.
God damn.
I love it. How long have we been going?
I was gonna say,
I have no idea.
I'll check.
Oh yeah, we're over an hour. Okay, cool. So we talked about the record. Yeah, you guys are going on the road. The record's coming out. Anything else you want to promote while you're here? How can people find you? How can
Tours.
people find you?
We have our album release show. It's gonna be at the El Rey,
Okay.
Yeah, September 9th.
September 9th, Saturday. Yeah, with Graduating Life
Yeah.
and No Win and
Grave
Grave
Secrets.
Secrets.
Cool.
Yeah, dope. You should buy tickets to that. It would be really nice if
Nice.
people came.
Yeah, we'll be fresh off that AJJ tour.
So we'll have like 2 months of
The
touring.
one that's
So-
announced.
The
Yes,
real one.
the official one.
Yeah.
We're gonna be super tight, tightest you've ever seen a live band ever.
Right.
Bring your family and friends.
Yeah.
Bring prospective partners,
Right.
business or romantic.
Yeah.
I love that feeling like towards the end of a tour. You're just like, dude, we are so fucking
Yeah.
locked right now.
You're like, I could play the shit.
Yeah,
My eyes
forever
closed.
right
That's
now.
all I've
Yeah.
been thinking about for that show. I'm just like, God
Yeah, you
damn
guys
it,
are
we're
gonna
gonna
be
be locked
so
the
tight.
fuck in, dude.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a
hell
good
yeah.
feeling.
Oh yeah.
I think that's it.
Yeah, let's wrap it.
Buy the
show.
record. Come to us. See us live. Is there anything else?
That's it.
Merch.
We got cool merch.
We got cool merch.
Can you buy it online or
You can
just
buy
at
it
the
from
show?
purenoise.com.
All
And
right.
We have a-
completely different merch
Ooh,
that you can buy at the show.
at the shows. Nice.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. Dude,
Cool.
thanks for having us.
Thanks for being here.
This was
man.
super
Thanks for
duper
talking.
fun.
This was
Yeah.
fun. I had a good
Yeah.
time.
That was rad.
Whew,
Hell
let's
yeah.
open the door now.
Yeah, for
let's
real.
breathe.